I've spent $14,279 on Whiteout Survival in 105 days. And today I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing for my state versus state prep because we had a little special offer going on. I'm going to walk you through the math of why I'm deciding to spend on what I'm spending on and show you what events I have on the horizon. I'm going to try to do more of the live events and stuff like this, but it's really hard for me when I'm doing a brand new event. Some events we're going to try to be doing team chat and stuff like this, which I don't want to stream because you never know what somebody's going to say. So bear with me as I work through some of these technical details on the account, but hopefully you still enjoy coming on the journey with me, seeing how I'm spending, seeing how the account is progressing and things like that. I definitely will get back to the live streaming of events and stuff like this, but I feel like I kind of need to know the event a little bit first, so it's not so much like information overload and visual overload, but I'm going to do my best to share what I can. Now, as far as state versus state prep, as you can see, matchmaking phase has started, so I don't want to press too much power right now because I just kind of want to leave things because I think the matchmaking, like if I were to press power today, it would count for the matchmaking, I think. If you know any different, tell me in the comments, but so I'm going to wait until tomorrow to do anything that basically affects power, anything significant that affects power. But let me talk you through some of the other events here because there's a little bit of a challenge going on. I'm going to come back to Canyon Clash and Foundry for a second, but armament competition. So I really was thinking about at least doing the bare minimum to get these rewards. I hate like leaving a reward on the table, so to speak, but to get 38,000 points here, look at this. It's fire crystals, chief gear, essence stones, mithril, widgets, speed ups. I can't do this in good conscience and then sacrifice the points for state versus state because we need those points for state versus state. Like I don't want to do any of these things. So, and especially like, only 100 points for fire crystals, that would be a whole bunch I'd have to do. I'd have to do like what, 380 worth of fire crystals. And for speed ups, I'd have to do 3,800 or 38,000 worth of speed ups. Like, man, I think I'm just going to sacrifice this armament competition because I only got 21 hours. I've been looking at it last couple days thinking like, geez, should I do anything on it? Certainly, the ranking rewards here, they're not really worth it. It's just for some island decoration stuff, which I really would like to get, but not like, look, the leaderboard, they're pressing this power already. So like, that's quite a bit. If you think about like, actually, I hate seeing this actually, because I don't want this many points being squandered on the things that I know are all important for state versus state prep. So, I've heard other people just kind of skip this in other states. I did want to get just the bare minimum, but I don't see a way to do it in good conscience. So unless I can figure out something that I can do and the math makes it make sense for me, like it would just be for the bare minimum. I wouldn't press the power. So for needed for the ranking. So like, man, I think I'm just going to end up skipping that one. So that's where we're standing there. Now, if we come back to some of these other events, Canyon Clash, this looks like an exciting event, different format and stuff. It looks, in fact, like even like my power won't necessarily be the deciding factor there, like it is like with something with Foundry, where you really need the whales. I do know that whales play an important part of the Canyon Clash, but this is much more of a team event. Like if you're not playing carefully as a team, then you can easily lose even at the last minute. So it looks like a very confusing event, one that's going to have me confused the first couple times I play it. So I probably won't stream this or try to record it at first, just until I get my bearings at least. So that's Canyon Clash coming up. And then Foundry, look at this. For the first time in a while, we've been having a trouble where not everyone shows up to Foundry. I know that's a problem with everybody essentially, because I've been, multiple states now and I've seen it happen in both. But look at these numbers. We are at 1231.8, and they're at 12,609. So they have fewer players and higher power, and we have more players and lower power. So probably they're going to have some whales that beat or match me. So this is probably going to be a Foundry that we may get whomped here. It depends on who shows up. Like if all their whales show up and none of ours show up, then we may actually get whomped for the first time in a while. So it'll be an interesting battle to see what's going to happen there. So that's what we have going on for Foundry. And of course, we'll have, the state versus state coming up soon too. Now, Alliance Mobilization. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this task here because I am going to spend tonight. This is $100 worth of spend, and I am going to be spending that tonight. So like I said, I didn't necessarily want to be spending that tonight, but I am. If we look at the calendar, this is all we got going on right now. We got the state versus state prep coming up. We will have some other things going on that are synergized with the state versus state prep, but this is what we have coming up. So Let's get into the spending. First things first, I want to show you that I have this Hero Gear limited edition deal that came out. Now I was looking at this. I'm going to buy it at the $5 level, but I don't, this is, look, they gave it a 3,600% of value here. I do believe it is, a decent value, because if you look at like Essence Stones tend to cost like, 2 per dollar, and then the Hero Shards are generally like, a couple, like what is it, a couple per dollar as well. In fact, in the daily deal, the Hero Shards are a little bit less than that. It depends on how lucky you get. But this is combined, so the two of those together is still about the right value, and it also comes with the enhancement components, and it also comes with some speed up. So overall, this is kind of a multi-purpose, all-around, pack. It's not for one thing or another, but it's kind of hits a couple different things. It'd be generally useful have some extras for state versus state prep, and the extra Essence Stones would sure be nice to have as well when you're pressing the gear. But I don't know if it's ultimately worth that much, because I do get the Hero Shards from other ways. I get it from VIP and the daily deals. So I'm going to buy it at the $5 level, but I'm not going to touch this yet, because one of the things I am going to do, come into the standard deals here. Dawn Market, I've got two things I need to buy tonight. And the first one is this big bad boy right here. I was doing some calculations on what I'm going to need for Chief Gear. I really would like to get 3 sets to T2 as part of this next state versus state prep. And I'm down on where I need to be. I've got pretty much everything I need except for the hardened alloy. So I'm going to need this right here, this hardened alloy. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab that right now. And that's part of what I need. So let me grab that Alliance Mobilization task. And the reason I grabbed that at the 120% mark is because I'm going to go ahead and grab yet another $100 pack here, the 50,000 top-up points, because I have some more spending to do, because I need this for the state versus state prep. There's some power that I really want to press during state versus state prep. And if I'm not properly prepared for it, I'm not going to have what I need, and I'm going to have to be forced to either sacrifice the power or have to do super inefficient spending. So let's come back to the deals, or let's come back to the this tab here and take a look at Dawn Market again, because there's a couple things I'm going to need here. So first things first, I'm going to also need some of the design plans. So I'm going to grab the design plans for 5. And I believe, go to my chart here. Yeah, I need like only 22 more. So I'm going to grab the design plans there. And that'll take care of that. Now, I'm going to end up buying out Dawn Market, because we have, what do we have left? The $10 and the $50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Hero Gear components here, because Dawn Market is a pretty good value overall. And I think I'm going to do the last one here for Hero Gear as well, because I have my Chief Gear plan set in motion, so I should be okay on the Chief Gear. Well, said another way, for me to press any further on the Chief Gear would require a substantial more investment that I'm not willing to go down right now. I want the 3 T2s for now. That'll be enough, and then I'll move on from there. All right. So that's Dawn Market. Now Dawn Market is now bought out. We got the pet chest still floating there. I'm going to leave that there. We have the gear, which I'm still thinking about. We have our daily deals. I'm going to grab that. All right. See how lucky I get? Nope, didn't get lucky at all. And then I'll take my standard claims here. And basically I'm going to go do my claims and then figure out what else I want to top that off with. Oh, we got a surprise discount. Well. This is because of the other... Okay, well, of course I'm going to buy this. Oh, man. Of course I'm going to buy this, but now I'm halfway into the spend, so that's actually a decent value right there, and it does come with some extra design plans, 100 shards, which at a time where we're at Gen 3, some charm designs, essence stones. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. I got 2 days. Well, I got 3, well, today and 2 more days on this one. I'm going to buy that, but Maybe I'll wait on that one. Maybe I'll wait on that one just because I'm spending too much today already. I didn't plan on spending all that. So now we're going to come back around to this Hero Gear offer. This is kind of a general, it's a decent value, and it's kind of like an all-around value. So I'm going to buy this up a couple times. I wouldn't mind actually going one more level on this one, but I have some other stuff I need to do, so let's take care of that first. Because, essentially I only need 7,000 more top-off points, and I have some other things that I can buy later in the week, but I have some things that I kind of need to get taken care of. Like, for example, this Ultra Value Monthly card only has 16 more claims on it, so let me grab one more of those. And then I just need another 2,500. And you know what? Coming into prep week, I'm going to grab this Pet Weekly card again because that'll help with some of the stuff during SVS prep. And grab that. And then that's that, I think. So let me just claim that Alliance Mobilization task. Now I am really tempted because Alliance Mobilization ends today. I'm really tempted to grab yet another one of those and grab that special deal just to be able to use it during Alliance Mobilization. Now I'm going to be way over budget tonight because I've just decided that I might as well go ahead and buy that other pack now because Alliance Mobilization is ending. So I won't have another opportunity to buy that. If I buy it tomorrow, I'll have spread my spending out, but then I won't have gotten the credit for it for Alliance Mobilization. It's not like I'm going to move the needle much. I'm not going to really press this that high, but I'll at least secure my second place position, maybe add a little points on the board for the Alliance ranking. But it's like no sense in me waiting if I'm just going to buy it tomorrow anyways. So I might as well go ahead and buy this now. Close that out. And take the credit for it on Alliance Mobilization. So that's all the spending I'm doing for tonight. But now let's take a look. Let's clear out some of these special deals. So that's the Journey Treasures, the Hero Rally, and the sign-in event, Deadshot. I'm still waiting for that 4th Deadshot. So still wait on that one. Or the 5th, I should say. I'm still waiting for the 5th. All right, that's the deal section. Now let's take a look at VIP because I'll be able to make that claim, get my daily rewards, and now let's see what the Prestige Shop is looking like. All right, I'll do this 10 at a time. I'm not going to skip the animation because I like the suspense. So let's see how this works out. All right, 100. Ah, that's the worst prize you can get. $150. Take it. All right. Hey, those 500s and that's not bad. Be able to get my custom frame faster. No. 50. We don't need the 50s. 100. Not much better. No luck so far. Oh, this is a brutal spin. This is a brutal session. For all the luck I got in previous days, I'm paying for it now. All right. Let's try that again. Nope. No puzzle pieces yet. Oh, stay away from that 50. In fact, if we could just stay away from the whole left side of the board, that would be great. I want to be down the middle or to the right. All right. Take that. Spin 5. Darn. 6. There we go. All right. 7. 8. 9. And spin 10. Hey, all right. All right. Not bad. That made up for the first one. Do the last one of these. Last few of these, I should say. 100, all right. Take it. Hey, all right. Another puzzle piece, a frost sphere. No, we don't want the 50s. Couple more spins. Hey, all right, take the 600, nice. No, no 50s. All right, last spin, here we go. All right, 150. I'll take it. And with that, we got one more frost sphere puzzle piece. Oh man, it's gonna take so long. And 2 meteor puzzle pieces. All right. That is coming along faster than I would have expected, to be honest. But I think I've gotten pretty lucky on both of those so far. So we'll see if that luck continues, but sure would be nice. Now, I'm not going to do another account review tonight because I just did one a couple days ago and not much has changed. I'm basically saving up for the SVS prep and I'm kind of like reserving power until, you know, all these matchmaking things are done between Canyon Clash and Foundry and the SVS matchmaking. So I'm just going to let things sit where they are. I'm going to, you know, accumulate as much as I can so I'm ready to push that power as soon as the prep phase starts, and we'll take it from there. But remember, if you want to continue to follow my journey, you got to help me out. You got to give me a like, you got to subscribe, and turn on notifications so whenever I post anything or when I go live, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.